So let's just jump to Army of Darkness, or you have some more?
No. Let's jump into Army of Darkness.
So Army of Darkness,
1983.
All right. So since Masters of the Universe is out, right?
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, look for the out theater reaction. Love that fucking movie.
All right. So real quick, if you could go Army of Darkness year and then date of release and the director.
Came out. So on that, it came out in early 1993.
No, I thought it was late 92, wasn't it?
No. It was supposed to come out in 92, and the thing was,
I thought it was December of 92. At the same time as Mask of the Phantasm, no?
Dana DeLorenzo and Sam Raimi in Universal Studios, there was a little bit of a conflict because Sam Raimi needed some extra money to complete the ending. So basically, the ending that was given to Universal Studios, they didn't like it. So they wanted a new ending. Well, that was going to require more money. So there was a little tiff between Universal, Dino De Laurentiis, who was the producer of the movie, and Sam Raimi. Once that got resolved, that caused a delay in the movie to be released in early, I want to say February or March of 1993, because it was supposed to have a winter 1992 release.
Right.
Yeah, it was released in Spain in October 92, but to VEETO's point, it was released officially out here in 93. In February of 93.
Okay, you're right.
And once again, VEETO's right, folks. And here's the thing about this, too. So Dark Horse Comics, and this is how I found out about, Evil Dead and all that. Dark Horse Comics was already soliciting the movie adaptation to this. And it said Ash vs. the Evil Dead. And it had this dope-ass cover of just him with the shotgun. Dressed like he was in Evil Dead 2. So because of the conflict with the studio, Dark Horse had to really stretch out the release of the adaptation because there's like, well, what are we going to do? We have a book with no fucking material to reference to. So that's how that came down. So I remember I went out to the theaters. My buddies went to go see, I want to say Falling Down. Or movie.
That's a great one. That's with Michael Douglas.
Love that movie. Yeah. But no one wanted to watch Army of Darkness. I was like the only fool. I was like, fuck it. That was the first time I went to see a movie by myself. I was like, so they're in the other theater watching their movie. Right. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to go see Army of Darkness. I thought the fucking trailer was my shit.
Right.
And this movie, everything I wanted was in this fucking movie. This was my favorite Evil Dead movie for the longest fucking time.
Rightfully so.
This was my favorite iteration of Ash for the longest
Absolutely.
time. This is the smartest fuck up you'll ever know who can pull things off.
Right.
He's the one dude that you'll think it'll never happen, and he comes out with the ace in his hand.
All of a sudden, he's MacGyver.
Yes. Yeah. Ash goes against fucking...
It's like Han Solo and MacGyver had a baby, and there's Ash.
Even better. I co-signed that, folks. But yeah, this was my shit for the longest time. The end scene alone, my favorite scene in the whole movie has to be the end scene when he breaks out the fucking Winchester and fucking goes full on fucking Full Metal Jacket. Just
where he's just like on like a...
Dude, it was like fucking John Woo style. Like, pop, 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 pop. Just fucking shots everywhere. Yeah. And just the way he shot the camera angle and the way the Demonite was flying up and down doing flips. And he's fucking yelling there with a fucking gun, dude. Yep. Fucking just all these shots was... You know what it was? Sam Raimi shoots a movie like he's reading a comic book. The angles and all that. And I love the kinetic energy.
Yeah,
like,
no, 100%.
Like, fuck, I got a chubby right now just talking about that.
I can tell. But, so...
when did you see this?
Okay, so this is my point. So, back to Masters of the Universe, but not the new one that's out, the one from 1987.
Oh, Dolph Lundgren.
So, there's a post-credit scene where Skeletor pops out the water or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So at the end of this one, Evil Dead and Dead by Dawn, he lands in
the medieval times,
right? And he's like, no, or whatever the fuck it is, right?
Yeah.
And then so I always felt that it was something similar to that, where I'm never gonna get the next story. Okay. So for years I was disconnected. Remember I told you I really don't like 90s horror.
Yeah.
And I was disconnected. So I didn't see this one until maybe 94 when I just off the strength of the box again.
Okay, so you rented it.
Yeah, I rented it because I didn't realize it was fucking Evil Dead 3.
Okay, so I'm going to jump in here real quick.
Go ahead.
This is what kind of killed the movie a little bit. Mm-hmm. It was supposed to be called Evil Dead 3. Mm-hmm. Universal Studios did not like the title. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure for various reasons, both movies were horror films. They were unrated. They weren't as commercially profitable or as recognizable per se in their eyes as a Halloween, Friday the 13th nightmare. So the Army of Darkness was their title. I think it was supposed to be Evil Dead 3, Ash versus the Army of Darkness. So, and I even believe too, there was some contention over the title of Army of Darkness, but Sam Raimi
all the way to the end, I believe, right?
I want to say yes. I could be wrong, and Killer Mike can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Santana.
But Army of Darkness is what Sam Raimi was able to get. And again, if it wasn't for me being a comic book fan and reading Wizard, and there's like another publication that was like a newspaper form,
right?
But you would see like the solicitations coming through. I knew it was connected to the Evil Dead because of the Ash versus Evil Dead comic book coming out by Dark Horse. So I was able to, because of that, I was able to make the connection.
Right.
But if it wasn't for that, I'd be like you.
Yeah.
You would never know Army of Darkness was Evil Dead 3.
It was just like a lucky guess. Yeah, it was just like I just rented it because the strength, because it reminded me of.
Well, Bruce Campbell was on the cover.
He's on the cover all ripped and everything, and it reminded me of like the National Lampoon one.
Yes.
Where it's supposed to be like Conan.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, okay. I said I like the title. I said I'm gonna fuck with it, and I just rented it. I think I was working at like Little Caesars.
I love the crazy bread.
So it was like and there was like a video store right there, and Hollywood Video, whatever. And I was like, I would get my money, get my check, and then pick
Those
up rental.
Those are great fucking days.
Yeah,
right?
great days. And then I just grabbed it off the strength, and I just threw it in. I'm like, oh shit, this is fucking Evil Dead 3.
Did your fucking mind explode when you realized?
It did, because I had no clue that it was. I remember seeing the trailer.
Was it the first scene when you see him reenact?
Yes.
And were you like, oh my?
Yes, because like imagine you get a movie called Skeletor's Home or just some random weird title, and it's fucking He-Man 2. Yeah. It's all of a sudden it's He-Man 2 and you didn't realize it. Say, I didn't realize that this was fucking Evil Dead 3. So, dude, I was all in. It was funny, and it was I got a bone to pick with you. I love that Jason of the Argonauts type vibe. One thing we forgot to mention is that Evil Dead 2 Army of Darkness Evil Dead 2 Dead by Dawn is the first time he says groovy. Yes. So we forgot to mention that he gets all his lines. He is like he's like Elvis in fucking Army of Darkness, dude. He's
first you want to kill me, now you want to kiss me. Below.
So many fucking classic lines, bro. He's just like, shop smart, shop as smart. Said it's just
look here,
iconic.
you primitive screwheads.
Yeah.
You ain't leading Jack and shit, and Jack is left.
Jack's on vacation. It's just iconic. I could watch that one over and over. I don't even need to watch 1 and 2. I can just throw that one on.
Yeah, right? It just works like that. Even like I love when he goes into the pit. That was just a great action scene. Yeah. And then he jumps up like he's getting like the fucking power sword from He-Man. He grabs a sword, and his chainsaw, and
it's like the Excalibur.
Yes. Dude, thank you. That was so Excalibur right there.
Yeah, it's just like I could watch that one. He's just so funny in that one. Especially he was like, "You're good, Ash, and I'm bad, Ash. Yeah, and you're a goody two shoes." You know what I'm saying? And then like he's doing the big old stomp on the little tiny little
bridges coming down, and then you see the little guy goes, "My fair lady."
Just so many funny shit on that one. And then like when he's supposed to say the actual words, he's like,
no, he fucks up the last word. He's kind of coughs it out. Goes, "All right, I said it. I can go now. I'm good."
Yeah.
But the 3 books is hilarious.
Yeah, like, his face gets all
fucked up. Whoa. Then, like one book was biting him, the other book sucked him in.
So I mean, that one I actually showed that one. That was the first one I showed to my son. Ezekiel, and we just laughed.
You can see that with a kid.
You can see that with a kid.
And it's funny. It's R-rated, but if it's
I thought it was PG-13. No,
it feels like a PG-13. It should be PG-13.
What is? Can you check? I believe you. But I'm just saying
it's R-rated, and I think it's because
R-rating.
It's because at the time it came out,
the cursing.
There wasn't a whole lot of cursing.
That's what I'm saying. So.
But because I think remember this is the 90s, and it was a horror film. They kind of would live more sticklers on that, so they slapped it with an R. But even though it has an R rating, this is for kids. It's a PG-13 movie. I don't even think there's an F-bomb in this movie. Oh no, he does say fuck off once. That's about it. But in every PG-13 movie, you can say one.
Yeah, fuck.
You can say fuck at least once. Yeah. But on that, screwballs, shit, ass. Like he doesn't. He says fuck once. Yeah. And there's no nudity in this. Right. And the violence is hilarious. It's like all like silliness.
It's like, you found me beautiful before, honey. You got ugly
real fast. And what's funny? Even when they shoot people, there's no blood.
Right.
There's none.
Yeah. No, so this one is fun. You could show it to the kids. It's just like the perfect incarnation for ever.
This is a great introductory.
Right.
This is a great gateway to that.
Right.
Another R rating was Halloween Resurrection. That's just my random.
Oh, that's
Resurrection.
that should have been rated G for goofy as fuck.
You know what? I don't know why.
I would rate
why
Halloween.
Do you hate that movie so much?
Halloween Resurrection should be rated D for dog shit. That's what it should be rated.
Are you gonna let him disrespect you in your own
on
your own studio?
In his heart of hearts, he knows that movie's poo-poo.
No, that movie is fucking a classic.
No.
Shout out Corey, that was for you. All right, go ahead. Back
Peace out
at
to
it,
the
fellas.
homie hardcore. To at this point, then.
So and then from there, I would that would be my go-tos: Evil Dead, Dead by Dawn, Army of Darkness. To me, it was just a perfect. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why when I would watch Evil Dead 81 originally,
It was hard because it didn't line up.
I didn't do the mind canon, and I would just from there just said, you know, it's easier to just do Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, perfect sandwich.
You know what's funny?
At the time.
So Spawn and I were talking about this, and in my original headcanon, I just thought this was a parallel universe to the original Evil Dead from 81, and I thought that version of Ash died. This one lived until we talked about how you mentioned in Evil Dead and Ash versus the Evil Dead, which we're going to get into right now. He brings up Scott,
yes.
And the two other females,
yes.
aside from in
Shelly
addition to Linda,
and Cheryl.
Shelly and Cheryl.
Mm-hmm.
So that blew away. So that kills my man canon, and that's why I'm going to endorse yours. Mm-hmm. Yours makes the best sense now.
Yeah. And then so let's move on to the next one. It's the series. It's Ash versus the Evil Dead,
which is really Evil Dead 4, but told in a TV show.
So if for fans like us that always wanted the further adventures of Ash Williams or more Ash, you got the video game that came out for PlayStation,
which I fucking love.
A great game, and then you got the comic book Ash versus Freddy versus Jason.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That movie still breaks my heart. That movie was never fucking made.
So you got little bits of further adventures of Ash.
Yeah,
but Ash vs. the Evil Dead, which came out, what year was that, my brother?
That was 2017?
2015.
2015, my bad.
Yeah.
Shout out Dana DeLorenzo. Go ahead.
Yes. And the first episode is directed by Sam Raimi.
Oh, that was so intense.
So this is just for the fans that don't want to give Ash vs. Evil Dead a chance. They want to stick to the movies. You're doing yourself
a huge disservice.
Yes. Because if you like Ash the way he is in Army of Darkness, and if you like him the way he is at the end of Evil Dead, Dead by Dawn, Evil Dead 2, that sarcastic, funny, slapstick, and just still a badass, this is the fucking show for you.
Absolutely.
Not only does it accentuate Bruce Campbell, and it's just a vehicle for him to show how fucking great Bruce Campbell is. They also do something that a lot of franchises fail at, which is bring new characters that you care about.
Yes.
Star Wars failed at that miserably in the sequel trilogy.
Yo, why you gotta bring
Bill
that
and
shit
Ted
in?
failed miserably at this. The only one that even
why
kind
are
of
you shitting on these other franchises?
The only one that kind of almost did it was Cobra Kai in the first few seasons, but this one,
all the seasons. Cobra Kai is a fucking masterpiece.
The end kind of
they stuck the landing.
But Ash vs. Evil Dead, Pablo and Kelly,
I love them.
Strong characters that you care about, but they don't get in the way of Ash.
No, not at all.
To me, this is the perfect Evil Dead Ash Williams story because it has everything that you want. You have amazing looking Deadites.
Yes.
You got fucking crazy kills. You got funny ass lines from
great stories. So these stories are part of a huge story arc itself. Imagine a movie spread over 3 seasons. There's a storyline to this, but there are things that happens for him to get from the beginning, middle to the end. Right. In my opinion, and I think I said this before, The Dark Knight Returns is my favorite Batman story. Mm-hmm. I believe this is Ash Williams' Batman Dark Knight Returns.
I like that.
This is it because he comes back. He comes back.
I got a question. So for you guys, is it universally accepted as canon that this show is part of?
I want to say yeah.
Do people fight about that? Okay.
Yeah, because I think they worked around the legalities of it. I think Army of Darkness was.
So if you look at the opening scene, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Just a fan.
If you watch the opening scene of Ash vs. Evil Dead 1, he talks to Pablo and he tells Pablo the story. He says, "I went to the cannon with my friends and Scott." He breaks down the whole thing, and then you see Scott, you see him turning, and then you see him chopping off Linda's head with the shovel. Yeah, and it's Evil Dead 2 Linda, not Evil Dead 1 Linda. Mm-hmm. So they don't show Evil Dead 2 Linda where she's all makeup up and like, we're gonna get you. They don't show that one, but they show the sister turning around, that iconic scene where the sister turns around. They show Scott. They show all that. the stabbing, and then they showed the part where he's cutting off Linda's head. So that Evil Dead 1 and 2 are accounted for and present in Ash
the first
Evil
season.
Dead.
But they were able to work out their rights for Army of Darkness because they were able to.
I don't remember. I thought you said they didn't.
No, they did. They were able to get that worked out. And I think because Universal saw that the show was doing well, so they allowed them for it because, again, you get that synergy. Well, we have Army.
Because I don't remember them bringing up the fact that he went back into the past.
But the fans, though, did the fans universally?
I don't know.
They weren't explicit about it, but they did enough to where they did acknowledge Army of Darkness.
Okay.
So as far as the fans are concerned, I know that there's some that don't give the show a chance.
Really?
Yeah.
Who the fuck are these people then?
I just saw.
They're not real fans.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. But me and my buddy, shout out to my boy Magnum from Smil Manley fame.
What up, Phil?
Every Sunday I would go to his pad and we fucking knock out Ash vs. Evil Dead season 1, season 2. We would go watch it every day. It's one of the funniest. So my wife's not a horror fan. I've said it a million times. And when me and my wife were first dating, 2016, 17, I would watch. I bought the Blu-ray just to make sure it worked and all. And watching it at the house, and she's dying off of Bruce Campbell's one-liners. And and she doesn't know shit from apple butter as far as Evil Dead franchise is concerned, but she is just digging and how funny Bruce Campbell is just off the, and now every time she sees Bruce Campbell, oh honey, your guy's here. I'm like, who? Oh shit, Ash. Ashy Slashy. She calls him Ashy Slashy because of the show. So standout episodes. Episode 1, real quick. Sam Raimi directed it. It just belongs right after Army of Darkness.
Agreed.
There's another episode where
he's in the morgue with the cadaver.
Oh God, yes.
And he's like,
this is his humor, ladies and gentlemen.
So the intestines from this deadite it possessed a cadaver. So the intestines come out and it's choking Ash and it's dragging Ash, and Ash is like, no, not the butthole, and it shoves Ash's head through the butthole. His face comes out covered in feces, and he just
that's his.
It is just so excruciating because like, oh my God, I could just. It's gross.
So where this character came, this is another reason why it would made me this actually helped me like Evil Dead 1981, because there's a scene, maybe 2 episode arc where he's in an asylum.
Yes.
And they're fucking with his head, and he's thinking, maybe I did kill my friend. Maybe I did kill my sister. Maybe I did, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they were making him fuck with him.
They're fucking with him, the evil. And that's what made me go back to the mind canon of part 1 going into part 2. And then this little puppet here, Ashy Slashy, comes to life and fucking tries to, it's just a wonderful show. The fucking monsters and the Deadites are just top notch.
Lee Majors as
Lee Majors
as the father. I can't think of anyone else that could have pulled it off. That was just brilliant. I don't even know what made him think of Lee Majors, but when you see it, it's like,
that
dude, there's no argument.
There's no argument.
There could be no one else to play Ash's
Another
father.
line that they stole this from Married with Children, where he goes, I still got 10 payments left on his vehicle though. So if you're a fan of Army of Darkness and you want more of that Ash, this is it right here. Our Ash versus the Evil Dead. It doesn't get better. Some people are not happy. I'm not 100% happy about the last episode and the last season, but
really, I thought I was good with that.
Because it just felt rushed. It felt rushed. It felt like, okay, we got to get this. We got to get all this in. We got to get all this in, and then it just ends. And that's how it. Maybe it's PTSD from the original run of Dexter.
Maybe
everything felt so rushed, and we got to get this in. We got to end it. And I feel that's how it was with Evil Dead season 3. That's just me nitpick. He likes it.
I thought and here's where I thought. So I kind of felt like the vibe I got from the ending was kind of like had he used the original ending from Army of Darkness, where he was like, he woke up.
But that's what it felt like.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it, because they couldn't use that ending originally per Universal.
Right.
So I like the fact that they repurposed that gag and they were able to use it for this one. Mm-hmm. But it gives me hope that in some way or form we'll get a continuation, because I can't tell you what it is without spoiling season 3. But I thought it was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, up until that last thing, I was just like, all right. You know what I'm saying? But again, the side characters, Pablo, Kelly.
Dude, I love Pablo and Kelly.
Yeah, they were like, you got the El Jefe. He calls.
That's what he calls.
That's what he calls Ash. Yeah,
El Jefe.
Yeah, and they don't get in the way. There is, but and then when they have their own stories, you enjoy it because you love those characters.
Because you learn to love these characters. And here's another thing about Ash vs. Evil Dead. This helped me raise the stock for my appreciation for Evil Dead 2 so much more, because it's basically Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, turned
Had a baby.
way, even better. Had a baby.
Yep.
The best of both worlds.
Yes. Yep. And I'm telling you, some of there's a scene where they summon a demon, and the demon is like a little he does like this little stutter thing where he like disappears, reappears.
Yep.
And
that was
the
dope.
way he looks, that demon, dude, it's just the creativity of the monsters.
Dude, they were. And they didn't hold back on that.
Second to none.
The monsters weren't jokes. The monsters are straight up. It was like the perfect mix of humor and horror.
Yes.
Like, and the demons came hard. There was.
Yeah.
This TV show had the right budget for it.
Yes.
They pulled it all. They pulled off shit that was bigger than the movies themselves.
Yeah, no, it's 100%. Like if people are not satisfied with Evil Dead because of the graphics or whatever, Evil Dead 2, and an Army of Darkness, some people that are younger fans may not like the Jason and the Argonauts type skeletons. This is your show, right?
Yes.
This will make you want to go back and see the evolution of Ash from quiet to coming out of his shell to fucking straight up smart ass sarcastic son of a bitch to fucking the man right here. This is the best incarnation to me of Ash Williams.
I fucking agree with you 100%.
So now let's go ahead and move on to
2013.
Okay.